giant blue cat, and neither Akira nor Emilia can understand how that is possible. Emilia uses her World Eye skill and finds that the cat is a shapeshifter, which is how he transformed into a dragon. It all makes sense to her now because a real dragon would have been much more durable than the cat. Akira is impressed by how easily Emilia can use her World Eye, and she asks him why is he not using it himself. He remembers how his brain almost split apart the last time he tried using the skill, and he believes it was because his level is too low to use it properly. However, Emilia believes that Akira is rejecting the skill, which is the reason he is having trouble with it. Just then, the black cat wakes up and starts talking. He is disappointed that he was defeated by a human and an elf even though he was transformed into a dragon just for fun. Akira is dumbfounded on hearing the monster cat talk, and he gets offended by his reaction. He tells him not to lump him with other low-level monsters that are driven purely by instinct, because he is a being of superior intellect created by the Demon Lord himself. Akira replies that it doesn't make any difference because after the last hit, the cat won't be able to fight back. The black cat doesn't care about dying, but he has a message for Akira before he dies. He stands up and begins radiating a menacing aura, telling Akira that the Demon Lord waits for him in his castle situated deep within the demon continent of Volcano. That message makes Akira suspicious, and he asks how does the Demon Lord know about him and why does he want him to come to his castle. The black cat replies that the Demon Lord is a being far beyond his understanding, so he can't tell him anything else. He then lies on the ground, telling Akira to kill him, but he refuses. The cat tells him to stop pretending to be cool because humans consider all demons and monsters their enemies, so it makes sense for him to kill him already. Akira doesn't agree with him because for him, the true enemy is the king, and he doesn't believe his words that demons are their enemies. However, Emilia reminds him that the door of the boss room is not going to open unless they kill the boss or the boss kills them. The black cat agrees with her, asking Akira if he is planning to starve to death here. He asks the reason why he doesn't want to kill him, and his answer is simple as well as astounding. He replies that he is a cat person, and unlike other monsters, the black cat can talk to him. He believes that there must be a loophole that allows them to leave the boss room without killing the cat, and Emilia recalls that there was another way to do so. She says that if Akira forms a pact with the black cat and accepts him as his familiar, he will stop being recognized as a boss monster, and the door will open. The black cat laughs at the idea, saying that only an experienced magic user with great control over mana can do the ritual, and Akira doesn't have what it takes. Emilia disagrees with him and reveals that it has already surpassed the limit needed to do the ritual. She reminds the black cat that Akira detached his mana from his body to confuse him earlier, which is something that only the first hero has done before. Emilia is confident that Akira can perform the ritual, but she is not sure if he will succeed. He asks her what happens if he fails, and the black cat replies that one of them will die, and in the worst case, both of them might lose their lives. Akira is willing to take that risk, and the black cat doesn't understand why he would do that. He tells him to go ahead because he doesn't care about dying, and Akira gets pissed at the way he acts so indifferent to living or dying. The black cat replies that living any longer won't bring him any joy, and Akira decides to talk sense into him later. He asks Emilia how to conduct the ritual, and she reveals that the first step is to give the cat a new name. Akira names him Night because of his beautiful fur that reminds him of the night sky. The cat doesn't react to the name, and then Akira moves on to the next step, which is pouring mana into its paw. Emilia warns him that there is no turning back after he starts pouring mana, and if he fails to control the cat, he might lose his life. Akira is confident that he will succeed, and as he starts pouring his mana into the cat's paw, he feels a powerful wave drowning him. He realizes that this is what's inside the cat. But then suddenly, he finds himself falling towards a burning city. Akira is horrified when he sees the gruesome sight, and then he notices Night rampaging through the city, killing anyone who tries to escape. He tries to stop Night, but he attacks him with his dark mana, dealing serious damage to him. As Akira gets back on his feet, Night tells him to stop hesitating and kill him, because that is the only way he can get out of this place alive. Akira still can't bring himself to attack the cat, so Night starts attacking again, hitting him with his powerful claws. The damage Akira takes in the dream world begins affecting his body in the real world as well, and he finally decides to fight back. He throws his dagger at Night, who easily deflects it, and then begins charging his dark power to quickly finish the battle. Akira charges towards him, but instead of attacking, he lets himself get stabbed by Night's claws. The black cat is dumbfounded by his action and asks what the hell is he trying to do. Akira replies that he doesn't want to kill him, and he knows that Night doesn't want to kill anyone either. Night replies that he is a monster, and even if he is intelligent, his instinct keeps telling him to kill anyone in his way. Akira knows that Knight is sick of killing others, so he says that he doesn't need to fight against his instinct by himself anymore. He holds his claws, promising to watch over him and make sure that he doesn't have to do something like this ever again. Slowly, the dream world begins to vanish, and as Knight begins trusting him, he turns into a normal-sized cat and finds comfort in Akira's arms. The sun rises in the dream world, turning into a reflection of the peace that Knight is experiencing in Akira's arms. With that, Akira returns from the dream world, and as soon as he realizes that the pact ritual worked, he touches Knight to confirm it. A golden mark appears on the back of his hand, and then the red mark on Knight's forehead turns golden as well. Amelia explains that this is the mark of the pact being successful, and now Akira's soul has been linked with the cat. Knight wakes up too and remarks that now he is curious to see how far Akira will go. He accepts him as his master and swears his life in his service. Amelia introduces herself to him after that, and Knight replies that as his master's companion, she has his respect too. Just then, a magic circle appears on the floor, signifying that the boss has been defeated, but Akira seems to be lost in thoughts. He says that he would like to move to the next floor already, but Knight is wounded. Knight replies that the door will remain open until they use it, so there is no need to hurry. He decides to take some time to recover, and Amelia suggests that they use this time to know each other better. Knight immediately agrees with her, and Akira is low-key surprised by how quickly he changed his personality. On the other hand, Sato and his party reach the country founded by a hero who was summoned from Earth just like them, and they are awestruck when they see that the country looks exactly like historic Japan. Everything there feels familiar, and they start relaxing before discussing their future plan. Sato says that the first thing they need to worry about is their funds because they are 1 month away from being broke and homeless. One guy recommends becoming an adventurer because that is the best job for them, and Sato agrees. He then moves on to the next topic, which is information gathering. He suggests they find someone who knows a lot about this world and also search books with valuable information. Another boy sighs, hoping there is a book that can tell how to go back to Earth. But Sato believes that defeating the Demon Lord is their best bet to do that. He thinks that only the king and the princess might know how to send them back. And even though they are twisted and evil, they need to win them over by defeating the Demon Lord. He declares that once they have enough funds and information, they will head straight towards the Demon Continent. But Asahi disagrees. He believes that they should regroup with Akira before heading to the Demon Continent, because his intuition tells him that Akira is growing stronger much faster than everyone else, and they definitely need him in their team. Some members agree with Asahi while others still think that he is the murderer of Commander Saren. A small argument starts between them on this topic, but the girls step up to mediate between them. They ask Sato his opinion on the matter because as the leader, he gets to make the final decision. Sato agrees with Asahi and believes that Akira is already stronger than them, but he doubts that they would be able to work with him. He says that Akira doesn't like getting involved with other people, and he still doesn't remember him even though they have been classmates since kindergarten. Everyone is shocked to hear this, and even Asahi agrees that Akira is not exactly a team player. Sato says that according to the legends, only the holy sword wielded by the hero can bring down the Demon Lord, so he needs to become strong enough to do his job. He believes that even if they find Akira, he won't agree to work with them if they are too weak, which is why he decides to wait for him in this country while all of them work hard to increase their strength. On the other hand, Amelia is telling Akira and Knight about her past. She was driven out of her country by her own sister, and her men were hellbent on killing her. They cornered her near a cliff, and she used her gravity magic to fall into the river below that swept her away to safety. However, she was wounded and tired, and a black slime took advantage of her weakness to swallow her whole. The next thing she knew was that she was in the dungeon and Akira had just rescued her. Akira pities her on hearing the story, but Knight finds some loopholes. He remarks that slimes don't eat people, and even if one had eaten Amelia, she would have been digested by the time she was rescued. She doesn't understand it either, but she is grateful to the slime that brought her to Akira. Akira tells her that she should go back and try to sort things out with her sister, but Amelia has already given up. She feels that she can't confront her sister, but Akira says that things will work out somehow because they are family. He says that he has a sister too, and even though she is cheeky all the time, he still cares a lot about her. Amelia and Knight ask if he wants to return to his world to meet his family, and Akira affirms. But before that, he has something else to do. He begins talking about Saren, the man who taught him how to live in this world, and gets furious thinking about the people who killed him. He swears to kill the king and the princess for assassinating Saren, and his killing instinct makes Amelia and Knight shudder in fear. Amelia screams his name, snapping him out of his murderous fury. Once he has calmed down, both Amelia and Knight tell him that they know Saren's name as he was a famous knight commander. Akira realizes that the mood is too tense, so he whips out his glove and, driven by his cat instincts, Knight tries to catch it. Akira is glad to see the trick that worked on all the strays around his house works on a monster cat too, and Amelia wants to try it as well. Soon after that, Akira and Amelia start cuddling with Knight to enjoy the soft and fuzzy texture of his fur. Knight tells Akira to take it more seriously because their souls are linked, and if one of them dies, the other one will also die. Akira knows that already, but he is just glad that he got a cat familiar because he really likes cats. Amelia replies that she is jealous of him because she also likes cats. Once they are done fooling around, they decide to leave the dungeon. Akira asks Knight where the teleportation magic circle will lead them, but the cat has no idea about it. He says that only a handful of demons still know the art of making magic circles, and Akira decides to find them and make them work for him once he reaches the demon continent. Suddenly, Amelia remembers a story about the pale blue magic circles leading people to the place they desire, and if multiple people enter it, it reacts only to the wishes of one person. Akira says that it might create a problem for them, but Amelia assures him that she will go anywhere as long as it is with him. Akira doesn't think much about her statement as he steps into the magic circle. He wonders if it can take him back to his family, but pushes that thought out of the way because his vengeance comes first. With that, the magic circle activates and the group is teleported to a forest from where they can see a gigantic tree. Amelia goes into shock on seeing the tree that Knight recognizes as the World Tree. He says that they are in the Forest of Elves, and even though Amelia can't believe they ended up here, Akira thinks it is a good place to be. Suddenly, an elf hiding in the tree shoots an arrow at Amelia, but luckily, Akira notices it in time and moves her away from the arrow's path. He then charges towards the archer, deflecting his arrow with his dagger, and then quickly reaching behind him. He brings the archer to the ground and Amelia identifies him as Liam. Liam says that he didn't expect to find the traitor when he came to investigate the light at this location, and tells Amelia to run away if she values her life. Akira knocks him out because he is not interested in his yapping, but he realizes that he was too slow as the elves have already surrounded them. Amelia's sister Kilika is there to lead them personally, and she tells Amelia that she is going to die now that she has returned to the country willingly. Amelia remembers the past when everything was perfect. She was the crown princess of the Kingdom of Elves, and along with her fiancé Liam, she watched over her little sister Kilika, who was her pride and joy. However, that perfect life did not last long for Amelia, as Liam suddenly told her that he wanted to cancel their engagement. Amelia was saddened by this, but she told him to talk to her dad about this, because he was the one who set up their marriage. Just then, Kilika arrived there and told Amelia that Liam didn't want to marry her because she was the child of Blight. That was just the beginning of Amelia's misfortunes, and shortly after this incident, Kilika led the soldiers to hunt her down. Everyone called Amelia a criminal and tried hunting her down, but she somehow survived that and met with Akira. Now, she feels nervous standing in front of her little sister. She pleads with Kilika to not attack her and promises that she will leave the country immediately. However, Kilika has no intentions of letting her go this time. She keeps on cursing the nervous Amelia, till Akira steps up and tells her to shut her stupid mouth. Kilika asks him who the hell is he and why is he helping a criminal, and Akira replies that he is just her friendly neighborhood assassin who befriended her sister a few days ago. He asks Kilika what exactly has Amelia done to be treated like a criminal, and she removes her arm cover to reveal the damage caused to it by poison. Akira is shocked to see this, and Kilika tells him that Amelia gave her a poison disguised as a healing potion, and this is her crime. Everyone starts cursing Amelia for being a cruel bitch, and she mutters that she really gave her a healing potion. Kilika asks if she is accusing her of harming herself just to frame her, and Amelia falls silent. Kilika then walks over to Akira, thanking him for bringing a wanted criminal back to their country, and just as she gets close enough to him, she uses her special ability to mesmerize him. Amelia is too late to alert Akira about that as Kilika's spell is already complete. She is confident that now Akira has also fallen for her, and Amelia is left without anyone to save her. Amelia suddenly snaps at Kilika, telling her to undo her skill on Akira and apologize to him, because only he has the right to decide what he wants to do. Kilika is taken aback at this because she has never seen Amelia fight back. But then suddenly, Akira tells both the girls to chill out. He says that the mesmerize skill didn't affect him, and Amelia is delighted while Kilika is in shock. Knight says that mind control spells don't work on people who are at a much higher level than the caster, And this is true for Kilika and Akira. The elven princess refuses to believe that there can be anyone stronger than her. Akira says that he will accept that he is weaker than her after she admits that she poisoned herself to frame Emilia. Kilika gets pissed at this and commands the soldiers to kill Akira, who is ready to use his shadow magic to take them all down. Luckily, the king arrives there just then and commands all the soldiers to put their weapons down. Kilika is shocked to see him because he was supposed to be on a long business trip. The elf king asks her what the hell is going on here, and a soldier tells him that Emilia poisoned Kilika. However, the king shuts him up and asks his daughter to answer the question instead. Kilika falls